Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa and I am your cruise director on the Magical Mystery Tour. Today, Makeup Revisited. We are doing a Pat McGrath palette. I don't think I've done one before. I don't pull them out often and I don't know why. I sort of do, but anyway. Before we get to that, I'm not telling you which one it is, you would have seen it in the title. Before we get to that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell to be alerted to any new uploads, and if you like this video at the end, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's get to it. I went back and forth. This is not my favourite palette of them, but I went back and forth and I figured I would get Divine Rose because this was one that really just sort of went through the stratosphere and people completely lost their minds over it. And if you weren't a Pat McGrath fan before this, a lot of people became one afterwards. But I also think it signified a change for the brand. Now, Pat is known, she is a dame, she is the mother of makeup. She has Maison Margiela, Dior, has been a force behind so many amazing editorial looks and art shows over the year and absolutely influences fashion and makeup looks. The packaging is incredible. Like, these are the one cases that I absolutely keep. The case, incredible. These are not cheap. These are about $220. If you have not seen it, this is the most wearable, neutral looking palette that she has created. So she always comes with 6 shades, generally 1 to 2 mattes and then shimmers in it. And then this quad here is normally her special shades. So these are really gorgeous shimmery shades. And then she has this Blitz Trance formula, which is just next level sparkle. Let's try and get that there. Look at that. So, paid full price for any one of them, but it would need to be a good 50% off for me to buy number 11. There is talk of a palette coming out soon. And if that's the case, I really hope it is a different colour story. My favourite colour stories are the earlier ones, like essentially anything below number 7. I'm not going to say which one is my favourite at this point in time because she may end up being one of my palette looks that I do. Now, what is great about these is these are really super blendable. So I'm going in with this shade here. With Pat, you sort of only need 1 to 2 mattes because they will just absolutely blend out. So, just placing this through the crease, and I've gone in gently, and then we just buff out and it will blend up and blow out. And I'm going to go into the same shade in a minute and build it up a bit, and you will see. With her, in all reality, you can do one and done looks with her shades because of the buildability of them. Getting a slightly smaller brush, not much difference. Going back in again. So you'll see I've just blown that out so it's really super light. So this is quite a neutral. She tends to have like a neutral tone in there, sometimes a warmer tone. But see how that's just built up that little bit more. This is a gorgeous cooler taupey, neutral taupey tone. And it's funny because sometimes as I'm doing her makeup using her palettes, I just go like this at the moment, like it's gorgeous, but I just go, it's not that mind-blowing. And this is funny because some of these really expensive high-end brands, you see I'm just going back and forth working it, you just go, yeah, but something magical sort of happens in the blend. Then as you elevate it, then you put on your mascara and you just, mwah. Now this you could put just straight across your lid as well, but we won't do that at the moment. I'm going to go into this darkest brown here, tap that off. Just put in the outer corner. We know that we like to build up some depth and then blend out. So, cleaning off my brush now and just going in windscreen wiper motions over it. Same on this side. Just softens it really, really easily. Pull that forward. You can see it just blends. That's about as far as what I want to go in the depth at the moment. Now let me just show you, this is a gorgeous colour. Like, it's a really nice bronze. You can add more depth. That's a warmer bronzy colour. Of course we're going to go into the lighter shades, but before we do though, so I have just tight lined my eyes with a brown. Now, so we'll use the shimmer just on this outer where we have put the dark brown. Cleaning off the finger, going in, let's have a look. So this is a duochrome. This was the shade that everyone went bananas over. So it's a pinky orange shift. He's got a big chunk. And going across with that. And the same. I've gone in a bit hard with my finger. Now I don't know if this is showing, it's not really showing the shift in my camera. Now for underneath the eyes, I'm going to go into this more sort of burgundy-ish shade here. Just looking up, I'm just smoking out underneath there, not lining or anything. Just using a bit under the eye. Same on the other side. The hard thing with this palette, like when you've got duochromes, sometimes they just do not show up on camera. I'm just trying to see. So this is this peachy, see how it's shifting to pink there? And I've just got a Revolution glitter glue. Pat special shades are notorious for their fallout if you want them to stay on your face and not flake everywhere. So just getting a bit onto a brush here, and we're going to go over this here. And then dipping in with that brush into that shade here. And tapping on. You see, Just the dimension that this adds. I've still got fallout happening. So I've just got that light up in the centre, going back into this peachy duochrome, and then what have we got there? Then on the inner corner, just here, this is more intense on the finger. It is a shifty duochrome pinky white. Just tucking that in the corner, and in fact, loaded up the brush just to get a bit more intensity. Going into this champagne-y shade now and just touching just under that high point. Going back with this brush with this mid shade on it, just blending. And that is essentially the look, a very, very wearable look. What I am going to do now is finish the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. So we are back with the final look, and can you see what I mean when I talk about once you do the rest of your makeup, it just really elevates it. I'm just wearing a skin tint. My products aren't luxury brands. They're all pretty reasonable priced, but I've left my window open. You can hear the neighbour's dog barking. I'm really liking this look. Like I said, it is not my favourite palette, but this is why people loved this particular palette, was because a lot of her colours had been sort of editorial. You look at Subliminal, super, super cool tone with that massive pop of blue in it. Sublime had the green, Midnight had the purple. This was just all really wearable shades. Still available, would be without a doubt her most popular palette. But once we've had this, we don't need all the others that came after it. That looked just like it. Yeah, it's a good makeup day. It's a good makeup day. What are your thoughts? Do you own any Pat McGrath? If you do, what is your favourite palette in her range? As I said, I've got 10 of the Motherships, and I've got a lot of the Quints, a couple of the Quads, the 3 big holiday palettes, the first 3 that came out, and yeah, I've got a few. Yeah, I like the eye look. That is it, my friends. Until next time, and don't forget to tell your mum, tell your sister, tell your friends, come along, hang out, subscribe, all that jazz. What brand or palette do you want to see me pull out in Makeup Revisited? Let me know. Or if there's a product, like it doesn't have to be just this. I'm actually thinking about pulling out my Hindash palette to do a full face using that, and pulling out some other brands as well that's not necessarily eyeshadow palettes. But until next time, take care, my loves. Bye.